we love to normalize the need for better mental health. And
Absolutely.
so we have a free therapy session here every Wednesday. Please join us. Last week we talked about ways that parents create anxiety for their children. This week we're reversing it. We're going to talk about things that parents really don't need to worry about, but sometimes we do.
All right, here more is Dr. Laura Saunders, a child psychologist with the Institute of Living. Such a great topic because I think parents worry about everything with their kids.
Right. So here are some things that we really just don't need to worry about because they either happen naturally or we need to step back from them. So hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to February. And here we go for Free Therapy Wednesdays.
Woohoo! And we'll take a deeper
So the first thing we don't need to worry about is the fact that young children, especially young children, learn on their own. We don't need to be constantly teaching them things. We don't, young children need to play and observe. That is the best way that they can learn.
Okay.
The second thing is, it is okay for children to be bored. When children are bored, they learn the skill of self-soothing. Self-soothing is when they learn to regulate their own emotional state.
That's important. I know they teach you that even when they're babies. Like, let them cry for a little bit. Maybe set a timer. Like, you think, oh my gosh, I got to run, he's crying. And then the baby needs to learn how to go back to sleep and soothe themselves. So that's something we hear all the time. I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. And I think as kids, we got bored, but I don't know, we're told to go play outside.
Go play outside.
We probably learned how to figure things out better than this.
Right, that's the skill. It's the self-soothing. Okay, if I'm bored, I'll do this. Right, so another thing we don't need to worry about is the fact that it is okay that children experience some social conflict. Having some conflict or having an argument with a friend is okay. We're not talking about a more extreme situation like bullying. We're talking about having difficulties, having disagreements, and that's okay. Children need to sort that out because think about it, all the way through adolescence and adulthood, we have conflicts and we need to learn to sort it out. Yeah. Relatedly, it's okay to experience negative emotions. So anger, fear, resentment, anxiety. It's okay to experience those emotions and learn how they feel in your body and learn to tolerate them.
What if you're a helicopter parent, though, and your kid's facing anxiety, something that you don't want to see your kid face? When do you step in?
So there's a line between managing some level of anxiety and when that anxiety becomes debilitating or hinders your functioning.
Okay.
Right? So a little bit of anxiety, you're worried about a test, or you're worried about, starting a new sport because you don't know any kids. That's typical anxiety, and we need to just get through it. When it's debilitating or hinders your functioning, that's something different.
All right, and this last one is kind of important. You said we really don't need to be our child's friend.
Oh.
Yes, and because remember, friendship requires mutual sharing and trust. As a parent, you should not be sharing your problems with your child, and you should only be extending the amount of trust needed in a given situation or that they've earned. So they're not your friend because friendship is mutual sharing and trust.
Your life schedule does not need to revolve around your children.
Right. It's okay for kids to come with you to the grocery store or take a trip with you to Home Depot or Lowe's. It's okay for kids to do those kinds of things.
Yeah, so when they say, I don't want to do this, I want to do that, and you think, I have all these adult things to do, it's not fun, it's not a good day for them. Actually, that's just okay. Come on, and you're going to help me.
It's like going to the grocery store. That's life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I used to love going to the grocery store. It actually led from my love for the grocery store, and that turned into my first job where I learned everything I needed to know about life.
See, no, I always hated the grocery store. It was too cold, and that's why I do online shopping.
Okay.
Life lessons.
All right. Number 7, children have high levels of plasticity. What does that mean? I know that, they're very adaptable?
Yeah, so that's a good sort of synonym to use. They're very adaptable. So we don't have to create pristine, perfect environments for our children. I mean, we want them to have structure and stability, but they're going to adapt. So all different living situations are valid living situations. Give them the opportunity to adapt to different situations.
Parenting is the hardest job in the world, right?
I remind myself and I remind other people all the time, parenting's the hardest job in the world. You need to do the best that you can, self-correct if you've done something a little bit awry, and then use that opportunity to apologize if you've gone a little bit off the rails, and then reset each day as a new day. So do the best that you can and allow for some grace for yourself.
Yes, I love that. I'm a good enough parent. That's what we should be saying. Good enough.
Good enough.
Having said that, we have the Mother of the Year coming on next, so.
She's probably better than the rest of us.
All right, thanks, Dr. Laura Saunders. We appreciate it.